Disappearing islands may sound like a part of a mythical tale or a sailor's story. But what if I say there were actually islands which were once witnessed, mapped, and also said to be inhabited, completely disappeared from the surface? Sounds like a sailor's tale, doesn't it? One of these islands is the Hy-Brasil, which appeared several times on some maps from 1325 to 1800s, only to remain undiscovered with mysterious stories and connections revolving around it. According to Irish mythology, the island appears once every 7 years and is clouded with mist on the rest. Although it becomes visible, but it still could not be reached. Stories about the island have circulated throughout Europe for centuries, with tales that it was the promised land of saints or a paradise where an advanced civilization lived. So let's take a look at the facts, stories, and its connection with one of the most famous UFO incidents in the world. The Hy-Brasil Island was noted first on map far back in 1325 on west of Ireland and reappeared in several other maps till 1800s. The interesting thing is, many voyagers back in time came across the island with same description, form and location of the island. But in 1400s, when many searches were carried out to find the island, all the voyagers failed to find it. Interestingly, it is believed that in 1497, John Cabot, the first European to visit North America since the Vikings, spotted the island. Since then, no sightings were reported until 1674. Nearly 2 centuries later, Scottish sea captain John Nisbet, an Irish explorer, claimed to have spotted Hy-Brasil on his voyage from France to Ireland in 1674. John Nisbet stated that he and his crew sailed through the thick mist and rowed to the island and returned a day later with gold and silver given to them by an old man. John Nisbet also claimed that the island was inhabited by large black rabbits and the old man lived alone in a castle by himself. However, it appears the story was a fiction of an Irish author. The last documented sighting of Hy-Brasil was in 1872, when author T.J. Westrop and several companions saw the island appear and then vanish before their eyes. On this voyage, he had brought his mother and some friends to verify its existence. And now comes the craziest part, which is quite unbelievable itself. In the following years, Hy-Brasil would just become nothing more than a tale until in 1980. If you have been watching Discovery, History or other paranormal TV channels, you may have heard about the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident, which is often called as one of the most important UFO incidents of 20th century. In case you haven't, there is a lot to talk about the incident, but long story in short, in late December 1980, there were a series of reported sightings of unexplained lights near Rendlesham Forest, England, which have become linked with claims of UFO landings. Around 3 am on 26 December 1980, a security patrol saw lights apparently descending into nearby Rendlesham Forest. Servicemen initially thought it was a downed aircraft, but upon entering the forest to investigate, they saw what they described as a glowing object, metallic in appearance with colored lights. One of the servicemen, Sergeant Jim Peniston, later claimed to have encountered a craft of unknown origin while in the forest. After touching the believed alien spaceship, Jim Peniston had a binary code running through his mind. Next day, Jim couldn't get the binary code out of his mind and wrote down 16 pages of it. The first 5 pages, when converted to text, read this: Exploration of Humanity, which was followed by the exact coordinates of Hy-Brasil where it was originally mapped, along with some iconic locations including the Great Pyramid of Giza, Nazca Lines of Peru. Now that's the craziest thing I've seen. So, does the island exist? Or is it just a myth? Still remains a mystery. But its connection with Rendlesham UFO incident opens a lot of questions. Like, is it a UFO base where extraterrestrials are hiding and watching over us? And also the reason why we are not able to reach it. What do you think?